Welcome to Chi-Rize. Welcome to Chi-Rize. Welcome to Chi-Rize. Well, we are your conversation coordinators over here at IntellectualRadio.com.
Where'd you find that saying?
I know,
That's
you know what I'm saying?
awesome.
I've been practicing
Conversation
that.
coordinators. I like that. That is nice. Conversation coordinator.
I've been trying to think.
I need a communication class. Where you get your communication
girl,
from?
please.
Maybe you can hook me up with somebody who can help me.
I'm scared to speak at your classes. I don't know what to do, man. You got all kinds of things
I need a communication class.
I can't even be a teacher like you are in this day and age because I'll be thinking about how much you got to navigate around certain subjects and the way you say things. You got to say things very specifically as a teacher right now. But anyway, I am Robert Lee Orr Jr. with my girl, Benita.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to Chi-Rize.
Coordinated conversations. Am I saying it correctly? That's dope.
I got a good jump shot, baby. That's all it was.
Every now and then.
Tell everybody where they can catch the show at.
You can catch the show on Facebook Live if you're listening right now, as well as YouTube, of course, on IntellectualRadio.com, iHeart, iTunes, the I's, and the S's, Spotify and or Spreaker. You also may be able to pick us up on iHeart Radio. Oh, I said that. That's the I's. iHeart and iTunes. Right. We also are on Google Play or other places where podcasts are found.
Yeah, well, and the call-in number is 708-223-8953. Again, the call-in number is 708-223-8953. We want to do us a favor. Do a duty. Just do us this duty. Share our video. Now, actually, start a watch party. I like these watch parties. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get these watch party notifications almost every day. Like,
you're so popular.
No, that's not what that means. That's not what that means. That means somebody else is starting a watch party. That means someone else has started, so you following it. So I get them, but I enjoy them. I enjoy them because it's like a lot of different angles that I wouldn't have ordinarily paid attention to. So if somebody, got something on their heart, they'll share it as a watch party. So we'll like that. Just share us as a watch party. I like that. People be paying attention to the watch party.
Okay.
They do, in case you missed it. I just want to have a quick, in case you missed it.
Okay.
Just a little pattern of
I'm just looking at you like this because we haven't had one of
those. I know we haven't
had
it in case you missed it. The coronavirus. Like, how about that? In case you missed it, in case you under a rock or something like that. I guess one of the thoughts that I had about the coronavirus is a friend of mine was talking to me the other day, and he's saying, I just want to ask you a question. He said, if you were, possibly thinking about going to Africa, would the coronavirus affect you from making the decision to go?
Absolutely.
It would?
Yeah.
Why is that?
The coronavirus is affecting my decision to go to other places here in the States.
You only go to Chinese restaurants right now. I mean, are you stereotyping?
I didn't say that. You did. Definitely.
It will affect you?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I don't know.
Like, it
affect you too, Earl. The bad is, hey, Mr. Earl. Wow.
You know what? I'm thinking about like I work with children.
Okay.
And they only like 6 and 7 years old. But if they cough around me, I'll be like, come on, you know what's going on right now.
Man. Every time somebody cough.
Anytime, any place, any age, it doesn't matter. I'll look at you suspiciously nowadays if you cough. Any race.
Right.
any race. Not just the Chinese.
Matter.
Anybody.
Because I was like, man, somebody
they cough around you, be like, look, cough in your elbow. It's just a whole different, way you talk to people now.
I was at work the other day talking to me. His eye was just glassy. Like, his eye was glassy. Like, yeah, man. Like, man, I'm just sick, Rob. I said, go home. Go home immediately. Like, go home, man.
Like, you I've been the day off.
Yeah, I've been allowing call-offs and everything. But that's a case in case you miss it. Would it make you move differently? That's all I wanted to know. It's like
do I move slower?
No, I mean, more cautiously. That's all I meant. It's just like,
well, definitely moving to different.
What are you doing to prep for the coronavirus? I mean, are you doing anything specifically for yourself? I'm
paying attention to all the little memes.
Yeah.
Like the memes that say, beef up on your vitamin C. Okay, cool. I could do that.
So you're doing them.
Right. I made sure I had some lemons in my water today.
Right.
Yeah, or something else I have. Oh, some of my girlfriends, they said that we should get oil of oregano.
I like that. I
they
use
said
that.
make sure you do use that already.
Yeah, I use.
Well, maybe that's the reason why you're so smart. And you know, with the
well, you running for a politician? What are you running for something? You got to be running for something. These compliments.
Those what'd you say again? Say it again.
What? Oh, conversation coordinators.
Okay.
Because
I was calling you those coordinated conversation, but yeah,
those just simple words. This is conversation coordinator.
Nah, that's bro, it's the way you put that together. That's smooth as ever. Like that's like butter.
Are you crocheting?
Yeah, is that okay? Is that gonna
like I'm saying? No. I've been waiting on you to do this forever on the show. I promise you. Like that is
really?
you. Yeah, that's you.
Because you've seen me do it.
Yeah, I've seen you do it before, and I'm like, you don't crochet on our show. That means you ain't comfortable. You ain't at home.
Well, the reason I finally decided to do it was because I've been accused of messing with stuff too much. You know, like messing with my face, messing with my hands, messing with my clothes, messing with So I was like,
you sound like you're in a relationship. That's the relationship talk. Like,
well, we're doing a relationship show today, so maybe we can discuss it more. I don't know.
Because when somebody when you start responding to those critiques, yeah, that's like
does that mean
that's why you don't answer my calls.
Is that what that means?
Is that what you don't answer my calls as quickly as you used to? Like, hey man, Benita, I talked to you 3 days later. Like, Benita, I ain't called. What's going on?
Like, 3 days.
I want to talk about the show. Like, I want to talk about the show.
3 days. It's not 3 whole days, though, bro. 3 days ain't passing.
Then it may not be 3 days. Casey, you missed it. Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, he got it.
23 years. He got it. He got the whole. Got slapped a little bit.
Do you think 23 years is enough?
No, of course not. I'll never think 23 years is enough.
You gotta ask. Is he old enough that 23 years is enough? Maybe.
Nah,
how old is he?
Well, I don't know how old he is. I mean, I know he was trying to put on this great acting job like he was a cripple, but he wasn't that.
Watch he only be like 55 or something like that.
I know he wasn't that crippled. Like he did all this damage through the years. You know what I'm saying? Raping folks. Man, he crippled. Like, man, he can't even look up. Man, like, yeah, nah. I don't think, for his age, when you get a certain age, I actually believe that they should add some additional forms of torture to your punishment line. Because you're almost out of here. So, like, we got.
He's 67.
Yeah, see, 67,
that's
23
nothing.
Years. Yeah, so you gotta, make him, take a daily run,
so
like
for
with
all
baboons
the people
or
that
something.
He hurt, he's doing less than 5 years for each case, probably.
Yeah, that's why I say it got to be like
he's doing less than a year because they said that a lot of women had stepped forward. That means he's doing less than a year for each case.
Right.
A few months. That's terrible.
See, don't ask me more opinion because I can get a little, different. I can get real. I be wanting people to, get they just do. They punish me. So. I just think that he should be able to run through, just once a year. He got to run through like a pack of hyenas, like from this part of the yard to the next part of the yard. Just go, boom. If you survive there, get a year off or something. But just in case you missed it, I guess I wanted to share something. Since we only diving in on some relationship shows. What's funny is I feel absolutely privileged. I must say I feel absolutely privileged that I was asked to be a groomsman in a wedding, right? So, I've been a groomsman in weddings.
Do you think that there's a responsibility that groomsmen should have?
Do I think that there's?
Yeah.
It's interesting. My question? What made you ask me that? I'm just curious. What made you ask me that? Because yes, I have the groomsmen's list. This is what I'm gonna share today.
Okay. And I'm not talking about just pre-wedding and wedding. I'm thinking about post-wedding too.
I mean, no
responsibility.
No, I have no point. I don't think no.
Okay.
To answer my question, no. First of all, I feel honored and privileged that I was asked to be a groomsman. So when people ask me that through the years, I've always taken that as a high regard. So, but it was just funny. I have never been given a list of groomsmen responsibilities, right? So I just want to read off a few of these groomsmen responsibilities that caught my attention. Groomsmen, plan a bachelor party. No, I didn't. That's okay.
I've heard of that one.
That was not a big one, right? Okay, that's cool. But I usually thought through the years it's always been, I think the best man. It seemed like the best man navigated that, but that make more sense by being a groomsman. Attend the engagement party, bachelor party, and rehearsal dinner. And attend the engagement party, the bachelor party, and the rehearsal dinner. That's all common sense. Get a wedding gift. That's common sense. Now, this is the one that got me out of this. This got me a little. Whoa, hey. Book travel and hotel accommodations for out of town.
Really?
Really? I said that's kind of deep. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm balling. I'm out here balling on a budget myself. Like, but that was a different one. Book travel and hotel accommodations. So I was decorate the getaway car.
I think that you might get some help with that from the bridesmaids or something like that. Maybe.
What's that?
To decorate the getaway car.
I ain't decorating no rental. Like they didn't rent a car. You know what I'm just talking about. But that'd be cool though. Yeah, I can get
I never
that one,
understood why people do that.
Mm-hmm.
Trash out somebody's car.
Right.
Like they would just married and all this stuff. I'd be mad if somebody did my car like that.
You would? Why?
I don't
just married.
First of all, I'm a very private person. Number one, and number two, who's gonna clean it up afterwards?
You asking the world though. That's the biggest thing. You asking. I mean, you announcing to the world that I am married and this hear me roar. Right? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
I guess the question of the day.
Did they decorate your car after you got married?
Nah, we I didn't decorate our car. We Uber to our wedding.
On purpose. On purpose, so people wouldn't decorate your car.
We just got dropped off. You know what I'm saying? We got drunk at church. You know what I'm saying? We got drunk at the church. Okay. And, no, we ain't have no liquor at our church, at our wedding. It's neither here nor there. But the question I want to ask for the day is, so again, the call-in number is 708-223-8953. We have I'm kind of excited about this combination of people and on the panel today. We got my man Kevin, the head doctor in the building. You know what I mean? It's like he need a haircut. He the head doctor, but he need a haircut. That's deep. And then we got our girl Adrian from Adrian's perspective in the building, and we're gonna chop it up. Now, I just want to give a warning that we are not necessarily relationship experts.
We gonna have a good
time. But we are conversation coordinators. We ain't running from this subject at all. So on the other side of the break, we gonna bring them up. But the question I have of the day is, what question is the most important question to ask during the first date? What question is the most important question you should ask during the first break? So as soon as the music come on, we gonna go on break. As soon as the music starts playing, we gonna go on break. Yeah, the music is playing now. That means we finna be on the other side of the break. And you're listening to Chi-Rize Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. Welcome back to Chi-Rize Radio, home of the conversation coordinators.
at IntellectualRadio.com.
Yeah. Well, again, I am Robert Leo Jr. with my girl Benita Set.
Hey.
We got some special guests in the building today. Every guest is special. That's what we try to make them feel like they special. Every guest is special. So we got one from the south side of Chicago, Illinois. Miss Adrienne Adams in the building.
Hello, how you doing?
Adrian's perspective. And my man, K. Nathaniel from Beacon Hill, all the way from Chicago Heights, Illinois. So all the way here in the blizzard.
In the blizzard, yeah.
In the blizzard. The head doctor himself.
It's me.
K. Nathaniel, man. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Good to see you, man. That's a nice haircut you got there. I didn't do it, though.
No, you ain't doing it. You know how that go, man. My brother, hey, you used to cut my hair for, what, over 10 years?
Yeah.
It was over 10 years, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, that's because I got mad at my brother, man. My brother's a barber, right?
Got it.
I got mad at him. Remember when I told you I got mad at him because he wouldn't cut my hair at home?
That wasn't what you told me. But okay.
That's what happened. We was living in Park
we're gonna roll with that.
And he was cutting on 115th and 115th.
You want me to tell you what you told me?
Oh, no,
we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
okay.
You can do that. I forgot what I told you.
Oh, you said because when you went to the shop, he didn't treat you like a paying customer. He treated you like you broke. And so you got to push to the side a little bit.
I ain't say that, man.
You said you didn't feel special.
Man, you know what, man? Yeah,
just because we men, we got to feel special too, man. You got to take care of us, right?
Honestly, now at that time, I'll just be honest. At that time, I had my sons. You know, I was raising my sons, and it was laboring to go out to the city to get a haircut with us three. So now he's like, and we live together. So I'm like, man, we cut my hair at home.
So you had to leave from your house,
you know, like,
and take him way out there.
I'm trying to clear up something by throwing out some dirty laundry. So now I'm gonna hear this from my brother. And I wasn't really trying to throw him out under the bus. I'm just saying this. I mean, you vibe. That's how
yes, sir.
Vibe. That's all I was saying. But it also, you do plays.
I do.
Now, go ahead. I want you to talk about that career a little bit. On that.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's man, it's birthed out of hurt and pain and anger and all that.
That's for real.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like I think most anybody creative, the best thing that come out of you is birthed out of hurt and pain. Mm-hmm. Like songs that people sing. I mean, like Mary J. Blige made a whole career out of being hurt, didn't she? So yeah.
True. What's her name? Banks. 7 whole days. Not a word from you.
That's
7 whole days, and I'm just about through. Like, go ahead. What was you about to say? I'm sorry.
No, that was Tony Bryce.
Yeah, Tony Bryce. I couldn't think of that. Anyway, go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry.
No, pretty much that's it. I started doing the stage plays over 20 years ago. You get the bug, and then you feel like you can write and direct and do it all yourself. And I mean, yeah, you've acted in a few of them.
I tried to, man, but you wouldn't let me get no lead roles, man. You took all the lead roles.
Well, you were kind of garbage at the time, but over the years, I mean, look at you now, boy. Look at you now. Had I gave you that beginning starring role, you would not be the man right now.
Earl, I tried to go to his rehearsal, man. He had all the lead roles already. You know,
Earl,
he always got the girl. Like he always.
I didn't think Rob could read. Real talk. I'm like, Rob. It says the cat in the hat. All right, no.
Man, that was cool. I mean, the hottest play that I ever seen you do though, like, was the first one you did.
Crazy in Love.
That was hot. That was hot because that cast you had was just they was
A1. She was on American Idol, and we started with when I did my casting call, I went to all of the karaoke bars in the whole South Side. And I got all of my actors out the club.
Oh, did you?
They was already acting. Like they was
hair
players.
Doctor.
Yes, sir.
That was a new concept you came up with. Well, you've been cold-blooded at cutting hair for years, but head doctor. Where did that come from?
Well, cutting for over 20 years and kind of got burnt out with it. And then I had another opportunity where I made more money. And so I moved to that other opportunity. And as I came back into cutting, I work as an occupational therapist. So I'm in my scrubs. So I'm leaving from seeing patients in my scrubs to the barber shop. And I continually got questions of, hey, man, what, you a doctor or something? I said, yeah. As a matter of fact, yes, I am. I'm the hair doctor. And so that kind of carried on and to doing these hair units that I do now for men that are balding and receding. Man, it.
Yeah, you like barbershop Viagra to some of these cats, because these cats was like, I seen some of these cats was done, man. You brought them back to the relevance, like some of these
Man,
cats.
sometimes I want to cut my own hair off and put one on. It's good work, man.
Good work.
Yeah.
Miss Adrian, what's good? How you doing?
Oh,
Lean up to that mic.
Yeah, let me ask you in front of
Adrian's perspective. I want you to break that down for us real quick. Adrian's perspective.
Well, it's really me giving my perspective on relationships, and I just became single, so the struggle of being single and how to get out of that struggle. So just giving my perspective on what I go through with dating and just what I think about people. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
So what you named another business you started? It's
Tender
called
Love and Communication.
Tender Love and Communications.
Yeah.
Now break that down for us.
So Tender Love and Communication is about relationship talk. I kind of want to dive a little bit deep into like who you are as a person, trying to make a connection from how your past affects your relationship with your parents, and how that kind of affect how you date. You know, if your mom is over nurturing, how you either look for a nurturing woman or you look for someone that you can be nurturing to, because you adapted from what your mother taught you. It's crazy how things flow from your childhood into your adulthood, and we really need to be conscious of that because it's affecting us now, especially us um 80s babies, you know, that's new, that's single. I'm 80, I'm look, 82.
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking
Thinking
about
the same
that.
thing. I
We're
was like,
like,
oh, you're so young.
we're approaching 40, so like this is like a huge this is a huge turning point in our life.
Cute. This is
Yeah.
this is so cute.
It is. It's a huge turning point in our life. And I think with us not coming from the 90s where there was no internet to now where there's so much internet, it kind of affects the way that we talk to each other. And we're not talking to each other. We're talking at each other. And now we have those relationship goals that we can't attain because we're so caught up in dysfunction. So with that dysfunction being so constant, they don't want to see something different to try to find a way out of the dysfunction. They run right back to it. So I just want to know why. Why? What is it that? How can we pull them out of that into, you know, something more healthier? You know, a healthier relationship, a healthier perspective on just who you are, so that you can find the person that you really need. You know.
I get it. So let me background on everybody on the panel, including you. Like, married before? Married?
I've been married, yes.
You've been married?
Yeah.
Multiple. How many times you been married?
Hey, man, you know, they ain't gonna put all that business out there.
That's too much. Okay.
More than one.
Okay, you've been married though. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I've been married twice.
Okay. Yeah, you've been married twice
To the same person. So
you got married to the same person twice?
I did, and divorced from the same person.
Like, what did he say to make you marry him again? What did he say?
Oh, he was convinced.
Let's do it again. Like, I mean, what did he say?
Yeah, like, I got you. Like, it's not gonna happen again. I'm gonna do you better this time, and that didn't happen.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Who you telling?
I
tried. That's all I can say is I tried.
So y'all got divorced twice too?
Twice too. Yeah.
Are y'all still friends?
Yeah, we cool. We cool. I just got the phone with him.
Oh, for real? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still get along.
Yeah, got to. We got a baby together.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, if it was for her, then I don't think the second one would have happened, or the friendship either.
Who paid for the second divorce? I'm like, I paid for the first one.
It wasn't. You know, you can get certain things waived in the court. So if you don't provide, you know, certain documentations towards your income, then you can get it waived. Then they go through it like that. I don't know what he did on his side. I didn't have to pay anything.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Sounds like a benefit. You got a name of Precious.
Yeah, that's my nickname.
Where that coin?
My mom said she thought she was gonna have a good girl. I think
She
I'm a
thought
good
she was
girl.
gonna have a
Yeah,
good
she
you
say I
sound
have
wrong.
an attitude.
You sound like a good girl though, don't you think? She sounds like.
I think overall I'm a
all
lady.
good girls sound like good girls. I mean,
I'm a
all
lady.
bad girls sound like good girls. All
I
bad
have my
girls.
own opinion.
Really?
I'm a lady. I think that's what counts.
That's a
overall.
strategy. That's a strategy.
Dang.
Go ahead. Well, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening. What
Overall, that's what counts. I'm
Precious
a lady.
though. Your mom. So came from your mom.
Came from my mom.
Benita, Miss Benita.
The question of being married.
Mhm.
Yes, I've been married. I'm married and divorced.
Yeah. So
One time.
I was married one time for 20 years. Well, I was with the same person for 20 years.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll be able to tap into some of the emotions that went through since all of us have been divorced.
Yeah.
And we've all. I was trying to find something we had in common, like divorce. We've all been in divorce. I'm married now, so currently married. I'm not divorced. So I'm just saying though, that's one of the things that we can identify. I want y'all to answer the question of the day. What would be the first thing that you would tell somebody on what was the most important question you should ask on the first date? Most important question. You already answered. You already answered. Want me to share your answer?
Yeah, because I already answered it already.
I want you to move down some so I can get Kevin in my video.
Her answer was this. Go give your answer real quick. Give your answer for yourself. I gotta say your answer for you.
Okay, thank you. Because it's important.
What were you said? I'm sure you are now.
She said something. This is where her mind is now. Go ahead.
Can you run in place for 10 minutes?
What was the
I just want your stamina to be on point. Like, how far can you run? Some fake the funk. You look strong, but you really ain't. Your legs weak.
So that's the important first question on the first date. You like, hey.
I didn't say the first. You
that's
said
what I said.
Important question.
I said the most important question.
That's the
most.
It's not the first. It's a build up.
Okay. So it's not the first question.
It's not the first.
But it's the most important.
It's most important.
Gotcha.
Do you ask on the first date?
Yeah, why not? Let's get it out the way.
All right.
But you don't tell a reason why. You just ask.
Yeah, see what he say.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're gonna laugh
for 10 minutes,
you're gonna laugh it off and then
like,
say,
yeah.
No, I can't.
I can't do that. No, I don't do that. You say that, let you know something right away.
Right there.
Would your decisions be different because of the way he answered it?
Probably, yes.
Well, I can lift weights, but I can't run in place.
Yeah, but lifting weights don't stop nothing. I give anxiety. You got to work through it.
Right. Kevo, what's up?
All right. Well, I thought about it for a second, and my answer would be, do you still believe in love? That would be my most important question of that first date, because I am a hopeless romantic and I don't want that fire to die, because marriage without that special it is terrible. I need to know that I'm not wasting my time with you if you just want to go through the motions. So my question is, do you believe in real love? And see, love to me is not a feeling, it's a choice. So it's not that, palm sweaty and heart flooding, not that. Like, love to me is commitment, choice, communication, all the things that you have to do to make that thing happen. So that's my answer.
Do you believe in love?
Do you believe in real love in the way that I see it? I would give it my definition, and that would be the question.
But would you think that would kind of scare a woman away?
I hope they do. Because I ain't trying to do this thing again.
Oh, yeah, the divorce thing.
Yeah. I don't care about scaring nobody away at this point. Like, for real, this is what I like. This is what I do.
I'm gonna
go ahead and relax, baby. But I'm straight to it.
Get some humor going, and then
it's gonna be humor. Like, hey, babe, you believe in that real love? Yeah, okay. And if you don't, I'll holler back at you, and I'll be laughing the whole time. Because I
guess the theme of what we're going to talk about today was really talking about relationship goals. So I want to at least stay on the task of what we're trying to do. Relationship goals and things that can prevent us from getting to the utopia of our goals. We have a certain way we think about where we're headed. You know what I mean? So we for what exposure have had us, and we all divorcees. So that means we had some type of expectations going into at least the first marriage. Absolutely. Of some intent that we was like, this is going to happen. We believed it, like, got in front of to death do us part. We believed it. And so the concept that I want to make sure that we stay productive on task. We want to talk about things that hinder us from getting to our relationship goals. So y'all can go organic as y'all want to in y'all answers, but mine would be fears. So that'd be the first thing that would really, is really important to me. I didn't ask it. I observed it through the way I questioned. So what happened when that happened? What happened? Because I'm looking for the concept of fear. A person respond to fear. Fear is anxieties and fears. And that's important to me because if I know how you would respond to anxieties and fears, then I will know if you have a price, if you're willing to compromise, what positions you will put yourself in for people that's of influence of you or that you deem as influential because you're fearing, you anxiety. So you respond to that. You'll respond to that. So I look for that. I look for that concept. And if I wasn't satisfied with the concept, then I wouldn't have got married again. So I had to understand her fears, if that makes sense. I really did. I was like, what you? I love when you talk saying nothing. I love when you do that. I don't know what you be saying, but and she's crocheting.
She talking when I was saying nothing too.
Yeah, she did all the time with her face, man.
She did the same thing.
It's something big ass people do.
It was her turn. It was her turn to talk anyway, though. That's what she does. She lets you know it's her turn.
No. No, I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
We because I mean, it was something that you had shared with me before, and I'm not comfortable sharing public because I don't know if you want me to. So that's the reason why I said it's probably better. But I'm sure it's no big deal. But just in case, I think that fears is a good place to go. And once you recognize or realize those fears, then it's much easier to press forward. I agree with you there. Let's see.
That was my answer. That wasn't yours.
I know.
You give your answer.
I don't have, you know what? Because see, my thing is I read this book called A Man Leads, a Woman Follows, and Everyone Wins. Mm-hmm. And inside the book, there's a whole chapter on, is he healthy? And the chapter on is he healthy? It's 15 different things. And so I think maybe what I would ask on the first day is, I would be just asking general questions to see whether or not he's healthy. And I would let those things reveal itself organically.
You mean mentally healthy?
No, that's one of the questions. You want me to read the list? It's a 15. I can read it real quick.
Come on. I mean.
Oh, I have to. I'll
just navigate through them. You ain't got to read the whole list right now.
Well, for instance, one of them that I remember, I have to go off the top of my head now because it's on my Kindle. The Kindle's on the phone. I don't know if I can pick up the Kindle on my computer. But one of them is whether or not his mom was in his life for his first 2 years. Whether or not he was abandoned, like, did he live in a cardboard box by himself for those first 2 years? Or, and it's very, very important for the child to have been with the mother, not just mother. Like say his mother wasn't present, but his father was for the first 2 years. It's not going to be the same as if his mom was. So that's one thing. Or another one is he heterosexual? I want to be in a relationship with somebody who wants me, and I'm female, and then I want a man, and I want the man to be heterosexual. So if he's homosexual, if he's bisexual, then it's probably not going to be a good, just not going to be good for me.
That's a pretty big issue.
So those are two things off of the list of 15.
That used to be a given.
It used to be.
Yeah, it used to be a given.
Yeah.
And really, with women, we always had that down low man, the down low thing going for
Yeah, that was back in the 90s that we first heard about that, right?
Yeah.
So finding out whether or not he is strictly heterosexual, that's real important.
Yeah.
Doing the first date. Right?
Yeah. And of course the mental or does he abuse you? Like, is he abusive? Like, does he hit?
I don't know if he's gonna tell you that though.
Yeah. I be,
that's why you don't come out.
Slap somebody.
Like, you'll ask certain questions that will lead to that though, right?
His mom, like you said, is his mom in his life, or have she been in? What's their relationship now? That's important.
Now, see, if they don't have the best relationship now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Doesn't mean that he's unhealthy partner. No. It just means that because I know there's a lot of memes and there's a lot of kind of like hood, what do you call it? Like hood advice or whatever. If he's mean to his mama, he's gonna be mean to you. it'd be nice for him to respect his mother. That would be really, really nice. But according to this
I
list
have to
of
be
50,
true more
you think
times
so?
than not,
I
though.
think so.
What's that, Kim?
If he's disrespectful towards his mother, he's probably gonna be disrespectful towards you.
Unless his mother is terrible.
I'm sorry, but I don't.
Well, see, and I guess I'm leaving the room for that.
Yeah,
I'm leaving room for
I've
mom
seen some
being
terrible mothers. It's only
Yeah.
a few of them,
That's
but
terrible.
seen some terrible ones, and I can understand why you then act that way. But for the most part, if he's not a good son to his mother, I don't, and vice versa to a young lady and her mother or father. If they're disrespectful to their parents, if they're disrespectful to their children, then ain't a whole lot of hope for you if she gets mad at you, or vice versa if the guy gets mad at you.
And maybe they just in the book feel like that's a given. It's not part of the list of 15.
I'm sorry, it was this concept called equally yoked. This is a Kevin concept. Kevin was in love. Equally yoked. Like, I want you to set us up on equally yoked, the concept of equally yoked.
Okay.
Why I stir you.
Man, raised and born in the church. So, man, maybe for the first 27 years of my 45 years on this earth, I was a church boy / mama's boy. And, man, I did what I was told, and I stayed in line. And so the Bible says that you need to be equally yoked. And for the most part, when you hear it in church, it's about you don't want to marry a Muslim and a Christian. You kind of want to be of the same faith. But that is a good way to live. That's not the only thing that you need to be equally yoked in. There are a lot of things that when you're younger, you don't ask, or you don't really care to take time to know about your potential mate. And if they are not as sexually driven as you are, that's unequally yoked. If you go get that money, you go to work and that's what you own, and they just cool making minimum wage, that's unequally yoked. If you are a communicator and they just, never mind, that is unequally yoked. There are several different ways that you can be unequally yoked, and all of them lead to destruction.
How do you factor in whether or not you because you started with some concepts that sex drive and money, stuff that happens after a relationship is established, right? So like, how do you go into a situation? How can you know whether or not you're making a good decision, whether or not you're gonna be equally yoked? Because both of y'all, because really it's like I believe the scripture says something like do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. So that's a different dynamic, the way you said it, based off the way it's said. Like, so meaning that's talking to people who already believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but anybody can get together off the law of life, just like gravity. Anybody can get together, white, black, Chinese, anything. But my point is, like, how do you determine in that spot that would be called a blind spot of not knowing, because you hadn't experienced none of the sex, none of the money, and none of that? How do you determine whether or not what you're listening for, whether or not y'all are equally yoked?
For me, it's all about communication. I am super big on communication. And if I deal with you, I must first determine that you're an adult. And if you're an adult, then I need to be able to believe what you say. If you're a liar, I put you in the category as kids. I ain't playing with no kids. So it's about communication. I need to be able to ask you, like, you ask everything. And when you're first getting together with somebody, you ask, when's the last time you had sex? You ask, how often are you having sex? I do. And if you don't, I think that you're cheating yourself. So I'm gonna wrap mine up, because I really want to hear the conversation of a young lady right next to me. But I think it's all about conversation, and it needs to be a given. I think giving needs to be a running theme of this show. Certain things need to just be a given. We need to be able to communicate, and you first need to be an adult that means what you say and say what you mean. You got to be able to stand on something in order to have anything. I'm listening.
Go ahead.
I think it's important to know what you want.
I disagree. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think it's important to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, how can you go at anybody and say, well, I need you to be this type of way, or I'm looking for this person to be this type of way. I need you to know what you want.
Well, that should be a given. That's the thing.
That's the thing. It's not given.
Well,
It's not given. Like the simplicity of it is difficult now. You would think just saying what you want is like I ask so many men, name 3 things they want from a woman, and one of the biggest things that they say is loyalty. But how do you see loyalty at the beginning? You can't. You can't see loyalty when I see her. She just she looks loyal. No,
you ask
because in order to be in love,
it has
it's
to
like
go
you
through
got
certain things to get to that,
in
right?
order for you to really get in love, don't you got to be vulnerable? I'm saying, don't you
Yeah.
really gotta, if you really fall in love, you gotta get vulnerable.
Yeah.
You get real vulnerable. Like you gotta think about like you know you're in love when you thought about like pushing their head up against the wall when you want them they keep disagreeing. Like I don't want you to disagree no more. Like you think about pushing their head. That's when you know I'm in love with her. Like,
no, I don't see love like that.
I don't
throwing her down the stairs or
I-
something. You know what I mean? I'll throw you down the stairs. Let's go up to the Sears Tower, the top. Let's go to the top. Like what you disagreeing about again?
Oh, no.
That's when you know you're in love. Like I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I want to be at a point. I want to be at
Y'all
a
ain't
point
know.
where my man wants to understand me. He's listening to me, and I don't have to say certain things because he done heard me say it.
He wants to understand.
He wants to understand.
You don't think he
me.
want to understand you by being in a
No.
relationship with you?
Or being in a relationship? Oh
Yeah,
my
if y'all
goodness!
in a
We're talking
relationship.
about then.
Yeah.
You will hope.
Right.
You will hope, but I've been in 2 marriages that says
Same.
no.
Y'all just.
I mean, I'm just
extended
saying
stay.
that's
Y'all
my
just-
experience.
I had to extended stay. Y'all
It
just handle real sweet.
He didn't want to understand. We went through some challenges where he just couldn't understand where I was coming from. So with that being said, that's one of my focal points when I meet somebody. It's somebody who knows how to listen and that wants to understand me.
He didn't want to understand you.
He didn't want to.
No.
That's what I said.
Can I share this with
I
you?
want to hear that answer.
Oh, wait.
Right? No, I want to hear yours. First.
Oh, I just real quick. I think one of the huge mistakes that I did, maybe that's what we should do is talk about our mistakes. But I think one of the biggest mistakes I did was after my marriage didn't work, then I started looking for that one thing that he didn't do well, or that all the things that he didn't do well. Then in subsequent relationships that I was in, I was looking for them to do that thing instead of looking for all his positive attributes as well as his, you know what I'm saying?
You look out for those.
Yeah. So you want like, for instance, out of the positives, yeah. Because the only reason why I said this, because I say, yeah, I'm looking for somebody to do that one thing that he didn't do, and then there'll be a lot of things that you might end up missing on.
That's the first thing.
Oh, the first thing,
that's
not the one thing.
No,
Okay.
it's not the one thing. It's the first thing that I look for is understanding, because I'm too understanding at times, where it's at a default, I want it to be the same way. Like what I'm able to put in, I want him to at least be able to put in. If he's capable of understanding and wanting to be there, dang, that's like deep to me. You don't see that day to day. Just meeting guys on a regular. Oh my God.
Hey, that's what y'all think. The guys don't want to understand.
Well,
like when do you pick up that reality?
I'm just asking. Someone that did.
When do you pick up the reality that this guy is not willing to understand? Like when does that occur? Is it before
I hear how they describe me? If they describe me as I don't know,
different from what you
different from what I am, I kind of say you're not really paying attention, because you describing somebody else. You describing what you perceive of me instead of what I'm telling you I am. And I get that a lot.
In life, though, you can't listen to what somebody tells you. You got to own eyeballs.
I agree, but sometimes your eyes can deceive you if you're looking at the wrong thing.
In a relationship, if me and you are getting together and you tell me that you're white and clearly you're black, I gotta believe so if you're saying that, well, I'm trustworthy and I love God, but you doing other things. They're not just women on both sides. People are going to put their best foot forward. And if you get caught up in listening to what they say instead of seeing what you see and feel for yourself, then it's not going to turn out well.
Let's call it. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
If that's the energy that you pick up, then I don't think it's a connection. You have to leave it the way it is. I don't want to push nothing on you that you see different.
That's a good. Ooh, I'm sorry. Did I smack you?
Shut up before you say something.
That's a good point.
It's my turn.
I'm sorry about that.
Hey, yeah.
Okay. Our man Lou on your page, he said the most important thing to ask before for a first date is were your parents married?
Yeah,
I think that's a good one.
I do too.
That is a good one.
He also said, were you born female?
You know what? I promise
Lou.
you.
Yes, sir. Good
I
question.
sent you my bio. I wanted to say born female because that's the thing now. Like you have to say that because these guys that's turning into females, they really believe that that's what they are. That's their calling to be female. And I don't want to say anything about that. That's not good or bad. That's just what your normal is. But I like to say I'm born female.
What about D Wade letting his son get if he allow him to go all the way with a sex change?
I don't think that is a good thing because the boy is like 12. I don't want anything I wanted at 12 now. You know what I'm saying? So to change that's huge. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would let him. I just saw something on wish.com, male penis print. So maybe they got a female print that he could like use,
no, like that's still too much.
Carry around.
That's still too much.
A print, just a print, a little rubber print.
Oh wow.
The boy is 12. Now there's one thing in supporting who your child is, and there's another thing in enabling him to do something that he'll regret for the rest of his life if he so chooses to change his mind, which 12-year-olds are gonna do. Like you said,
be devastating.
That was a great point that you said. There is nothing. And you left nothing behind it. There is nothing that I want now at my age that I wanted at 12. Nothing.
That's absolutely true for me too.
Me too. I think all of us, and I think though, wouldn't that open up a whole nother can of worms? Like if you think about like that concept, if that was to even get socially acceptable to the least bit at 12, that would, you might well free R. Kelly. Because we would
know.
Right? Because we said,
no.
I said if that gets any momentum of getting socially accepted, if the D Wade allowing his son to turn into a girl by a sex change, if they go that far, that means socially we've accepted something, right?
But
so if we do something like that,
someone a predator, right. That's different. I think that's different.
Well,
that's a predator.
Well, predators is the. I think the definition I'm basing it off of is that we are acknowledging that a 12-year-old is mature enough to make a sex change.
Yeah, and if a 12-year-old is mature enough to make a sex change, then they should be mature enough to say whether or not they want to have sex.
That's all I was saying.
I see your point is going far, but I see it. Free R. Kelly anyway.
Right.
Oh wow, that's a whole nother one.
So my point is, it was just a point that I was making in asking, like, if we start like playing with certain things, opening up, or we don't want to say anything bad about D Wade and his support of his son to a degree, but we have to.
Yeah.
When certain people come up with bad ideas, that's a bad idea.
And not only that, he's a public figure, and he's putting this stuff out there on his Instagram. He's putting it out there for millions.
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta support him in house.
I think that's where it should
support him in house. He's 12.
I'm gonna go with some trigger words because we was talking about trigger words, things that it's certain words like we don't define the same. Sometimes those can lead to misconceptions. And I want to hear what y'all take is on how y'all deal with those in y'all own walk. Hopefully it just can help somebody else. We ain't professing to be professionals, but the call-in number is 708-223-8953. If you want to chime in and throw your input on this conversation. But trigger words, like what are some trigger words? Because I had to learn, how do y'all deal with trigger words that you recognize instantly? Like this is baggage from me, even though they said something that bothered me, they may not have known. This is coming from my own internal baggage. Because you were saying that a person could tell you something, and you are listening to them to evaluate how they assess you, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm also assessing them.
Okay.
So I'm asking certain questions, just like she was saying about the background with the mom. I need to know certain things like that. Not just if you're running in place, that's important, but you know, where you from, you know, how you was raised, the schools and stuff that you from, that you went to, attended. That stuff is important too.
You know how people say this? People can say something like this, like, you know, I was talking, you know, but I know, I mean, I probably hurt your feelings, but I didn't mean to. It wasn't my intent, right? So wouldn't that be similar to what you're saying? Like if you was to say, wouldn't that be similar to what you're saying if somebody gave you an assessment and you was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I think you're kind of selfish on this subject right here. You'd be like, no, I don't like you because you didn't have an accurate read on me. What?
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think that's what she meant.
I'm asking. It's a question.
I don't think so. I think if you got that off me, then I would want to know why you got that from me.
Just now?
Yeah.
Because what you said if you make an evaluation, you said you listen to a person based off of their evaluation of you the first time they describe you, right? So you're saying if you don't they describe you based on who you know of yourself, then their description, you don't like them because their observation or their description is wrong. Yeah, because of what you know.
I would like to know where they get this from. Like,
right.
Why would they come to that conclusion? But again, I don't want to force anything. Right. If I'm not giving you the vibe that I feel that I have, then or that I want to give you, then I have to like leave it alone. Like this, I don't see how else you could do that.
Well, I like how she said connection. That was the word that she had used earlier when you were trying to explain that.
Yeah.
Like and maybe there's a misconnection.
It is. And sometimes it be like that.
Now, how long do you expect? You know, real early in the beginning, there might be a lot of things that feel real good. And then there may be some misconnections.
Yeah.
So how much time do you give it? How long do you massage the misconnections before you feel like, I
don't think it's a time limit. I think certain things just stick out more than others.
Okay.
So if it's a sore thumb, I'm like, that's kind of like strong for you to say. So yeah, I don't think so. I'll be like, I don't think this is gonna work. Go ahead, you gotta be honest.
With that, I think it's selfish. I think that way.
Which part is selfish? To give up?
No, not well. Yeah, giving up, but to basically say we ain't got no connection because how you see me is different than how I see me. I see it as this is a learning opportunity here. Obviously, there is some attraction here. The reason that you guys are together, wanting to see if something can happen. So if the other person sees something different in you than you see, then I believe the onus is on you to then say, what is it that you see? And then you need to couple what you think of yourself and what people think of you and put them together and come up with a 3D real. Because sometimes we see ourselves differently. It crushed me, and this is a little off the subject, but it crushed me to know, and this is funny, I can't believe I'm saying this on radio, but somebody asked me if I was gay, and not as a man. Like, I know I got a high-pitched voice, a little, but man, that crushed me. But there's something that I did or do that gave that off. And I had to come to grips with that. And man, if it meant putting a little bass in my voice or whatever, I don't like that. So it's not just how you see yourself. It's how other people see you as well. And then either you need to change some stuff or you just need to come to grips and come to reality with what reality is.
Well, I thought I did say that I would like to know where
Nope.
you got that from.
You did. Okay.
I'm
trying to disagree with you.
I really appreciate you accepting her. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I just want you to.
He was like,
I would like to know where you got that from.
he was like, yeah, you did. That was so
I
awesome.
will embrace that. But I'm totally understanding. Like if you disagree with me, like, and that's the whole thing. If you get something negative from the positivity that I'm giving you, then there's something wrong there. I'm not about to force that. I can't force it. It's not a selfish thing. Matter of fact, it is, dear. You have to be selfish and protect yourself when you see someone is taking you in the wrong, is putting you in the wrong light. So yeah, I'm gonna have to bag up and say, you know what, this ain't for me.
It's the opposite of
maybe
selfishness
you
too,
can put
because
it
you're giving them the freedom to move, to keep it moving.
Yeah,
I think you're
I
cheating
like
yourself
that
though.
one too. How? If anything, you pushing the issue.
If you think you're a 10 and someone clearly sees you as a 4 and you keep on walking around as a 10 and you wonder why people don't like you because you walking around here like a 10 and you a 4.
Somebody gonna see me as a 10. It's just because you see me as this 4.
No.
I agree with that though. I agree with that.
I agree with that, but I'm talking about a clear 4.
No, not clear.
Now, and I'm not talking about you personally.
No,
I'm
okay.
talking in general. I'm talking. There are a lot of people out
She's
here
a
walking around
popular
like
floor. She's a popular floor. Like,
yeah.
like all the percentages.
Like,
say you're
stop
a 4.
it. You are a 4. Stop walking around here like a 10. Stop it. Your own kids don't like you, mama. You know you're a 4. Mama.
That's why I said you do have to take in a little bit of what other people say, but you don't have to. You don't have to like move your life around and like, I'm not gonna do that.
No, I get it.
Have some self-respect for yourself where you just know who you are.
And you need to leave a little space there for outside
subjectivity.
Yeah, see, like Rob is that for me. Yeah. Rob will tell me in a minute, hey Kev, don't do that again, bro. Yeah, he's told me that before.
It helps to have somebody to be that honest too.
Pass you that ball though, shoot that J because you
bingo.
Got one. That.
That reminds me. I remember when American Idol first came out, and Simon would say to the people, "You can't sing," and they would cry. He'd be like, "Look, don't cry. It's
not for you.
You now you know."
Yeah, right.
It's just not for you. You can now go out and do something else. You can pick a whole nother career now.
Perfect analogy.
I agree.
You walking around here thinking you Whitney Houston, and everybody is like embarrassed for you. You're the only one here not embarrassed.
But you're supposed to feel like you wouldn't.
You supposed
I agree with that.
I agree with that. You can do that.
No, I'm saying you
could
gotta
be detrimental.
I'm like, hey man, when I realized I wasn't, the best looking dude in the world, I had to live with that, man. I'm just saying you had to live wherever you feel like you determined you are and just walk in confidence in that. Because you determine it, you don't want to determine it. That's all I'm saying. I agree with that.
Confidence has a reality.
You really agree
scale
with that?
Though there's got to be some realness in your confidence.
Yeah.
I think confidence comes with real. You, for instance,
a few people need to
lack
you that.
You lack confidence if you lie to yourself.
Okay, say that.
I like that.
I don't know.
Because you lack confidence if you lie to yourself.
I think so.
Focus on one part of themselves and just say, "Hey, I'm gonna just stem all my confidence here." You know what I'm saying?
Is that a bad thing or good thing?
That's bad.
This is what I'm saying. If you confident and you lie to yourself, that's not confidence. That's cocky.
I agree.
Okay.
And a lie.
If you confident, then you can say, like for instance, I'm okay at this. I'm pretty good at that. I'm great at this, and I'm working on that.
I like that.
But I'm cool with it. That's confidence.
Okay. And what was your point you made though? You made a point.
The point is you have to. I'm agreeing with both of them at the same time.
Oh, okay, that's
how I usually do.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about.
I'm agreeing with both of you at the same time.
What I'm saying, you're agreeing more with me though.
Okay. What I'm saying is that she's saying, "Hey,
you won."
She's saying. It's a win-win. Yeah. She's saying, "Hey, I have to love myself, right?" And you're saying, "Hey, you got to be real with yourself." And I'm saying,
two things.
You have to do both to be confident.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you don't, you're cocky.
Hey, give her a raise. Who in charge of this?
Right.
I want her to have a raise today. The way she brought both of us together like that.
Look, y'all lift weights.
No, that's pretty good. You know, she's a
Yeah.
college professor. They can do that. You know?
Nice.
And
That
she's
was-
crocheting at the whole time.
Okay.
The whole time,
You know,
like we're
actually-
nothing. Like we're nothing for her to multitask. We're nothing.
Get to the conversation. She got to put the crochet down. I want to see that.
You know what? You can listen better actually
Really?
when you focus on, like, if you
Focus on
do
something else.
like a repetition thing and you're doing it over and over and over. Like if I gave you a coloring sheet,
Spender.
yeah, if I gave you a coloring sheet while you were sitting in here and you was coloring while you were listening, I bet you would respond better.
All right, well, let me baggage. Let's name
Move
your
on.
personal baggage
Great segue.
that you had to, that you had to come to grips with, that would help you in your relationship goals. Like, I mean, because this has nothing to do with how someone else sees you. This is what you know about your own baggage.
Can I go first, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
man.
let 'em go first.
Ooh, and I'm dealing with it now. I've been told that I'm a know-it-all. I've
Hey,
been
man, you
Talk
don't
that I
come no
talk too
professional
much.
around you.
What you a Gemini?
I think Sagittarius. I don't know what that means, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sagittarius
my-
have a tendency to be
my
no
my
like that.
my
Like
baggage
what?
is
No, they're not know-it-alls, but they do get that energy. Like people give them that because they are pretty smart.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
here we go. Go ahead, I'm listening.
just when I get set on something, I think my way is the way. I think that I'm a psychiatrist, psychologist, or whatever is just that you can name, and I could talk people and think that I'm being a good listener, but I'm just waiting for my opportunity to talk.
You proved that tonight.
Yeah.
He sure
Yeah.
did.
I have no
Gosh, you
problem
vocalized
admitting that.
very well.
Yes, and I'll even be quiet right now and let you talk.
My baggage.
I feel like we're on the first date.
I see how different she said.
I'm
I'm just piggybacking.
Baggage. I don't know. I think that
You don't have any, sis?
I can help
I
you.
don't have. Go
She don't
ahead.
have
Tell
any.
me.
I can see your baggage.
Go ahead. Tell me.
The bag you got right here is you're not trusting. I can feel it. I can see it.
No, I am. I think I'm too trusting.
Yeah.
I think I'm too trusting.
What do you mean?
I feel
This is
the
good,
non.
huh?
the-
Look how I'm leaning in the chair. This
Go
ain't
ahead.
nothing but trust.
Make sure you're at the mic.
Oh,
Go
see?
ahead. I'm listening to what you're saying though. Like, what's your point?
Yeah.
Y'all
So
missing
what's my baggage?
I was just trying to get on the mic. I'm sorry.
it. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what I run into most with dating guys is that I don't have like a lot of problems. Like I'm not asking you for $40 or to pay my light bill or anything like that. And I think that's what they're waiting on. Like, what's wrong with this girl? So far, that's what I'm dealing with. I'm boring.
Okay.
That's my baggage. I'm boring.
So when you baggage for me, I guess I at least answer the question.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
You had brought that up before.
Definitely. That is probably my biggest area of baggage. It's like I hate it's a baggage because I don't think the people mean it. Not just in a relationship. I'm talking about all my relationships. I'm sarcastic in all my relationships, pretty much, right? And it's because it's like the obvious. It's like, okay, Captain Obvious, you're saying something that's so obvious, but they feel the need to mold and scope you at this moment, like, and it's like I answer in a sarcastic way, and I think some baggage in there, but it's a certain part of me conditioning you to treat me a certain way. Give me the benefit of the doubt that I understand.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of times I don't get excited about the same things you get excited about. When we say this, like you say, some things I like to have fun. So sometimes some people may be looking at stuff. That's why I like doing a lot of gambling and betting a lot of times. I got a real limit. Like when we play poker times, I got a real limit. $40, I'm gone.
Yeah.
If I lose $40, I'm gone. Like, I'm out. Like I ain't gonna lose no money. So I ain't have to like really dive into what you call all of the intricate details of learning how to be good and sit up here, how to recognize a liar and poker, and all like that. I'm just here to have fun. So when somebody may say something or repeat something that maybe my attention span, you think my attention span may not understand, or I get sarcastic. Oh, I would have never figured that out without you putting that extra input in there. And people get offended by that. But I think that's a part of baggage. And the reason why I think it's baggage is because a lot of times I stayed silent because I was like the second to youngest child. So all my mother and all my sisters, all them older than me, they just dominate the room a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Then you try to go find relief down, going to Michigan and see your family on that, and all the women and me and all them the same way. They dominate conversation. So that becomes a part of my baggage. Sarcasm. That's where that comes from in me. Another part is I hate certain trigger words. I just see what you don't understand is.
Excuse me?
You losing me. It's like I get lost. Like
as smart as I am. Yeah,
like,
that's how you feel.
Let's just call it straight. Or from somebody that you think is on. I'm sorry, it ain't politically correct. But from someone on the lower tier than you see yourself on. So from somebody there to say that you don't. Excuse me.
Well, I ain't necessarily. I think they're on the lower tier.
But for me,
but you understand.
Yeah,
for me, that's when it hits me.
Right. Yeah, I get you. You say you actually besides people like
Well, if they got off the little short bus, they got helmet and knee pads on, and you say, "See, what you don't understand, K Nate." I feel some kind of way about that because
you can learn from anybody.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, sis, I feel the same way. You can learn from anybody, anytime.
But y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't gonna just team up on me.
We try not to laugh because we don't want to go,
to the handicap. Like that's not
everybody had just
okay. Transition. Lou,
go ahead.
Lou said that everybody has baggage. I think he was referring to you.
Oh.
And then he said that he's also a Sagittarius. He was referring to
Lou.
And then he said that he was going to say something. He said I scared him. I don't know what he means by that. And you need to holler back at us on that, Mr. Lou. And do you have children? Again, back to the first date thing.
Me?
No. He's just saying that that's one of the things he would say.
Questions. First date.
Yeah, like what would you say on first date? That was definitely a important question to ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into the whole baggage question because that's huge.
I think what happens is you start to accept that a little bit better the more you keep experiencing, this problem, and you realize it's the same problem, and you realize it's different people, but the same common denominator as you, then that's when you be like, oh, that's my issue.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to be around a little bit more people.
Like, yeah. You know how people say all the time, well, the best way for you to get ready for a relationship is be with yourself. Spend time with yourself. I totally disagree. And the reason I disagree is because how am I going to learn how to relate to people by myself? So in order to do anything well, you need to practice. So practice makes perfect. If I want to get better at relating to others, then I need to relate to others.
I should be great at this marriage thing.
Is it difference between being?
It's that many times? It's more than two?
I'm on my third marriage.
Wow.
Yeah, so but you have to spend time with people.
You're learning nothing.
You don't necessarily have to date all these people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you got to closet and then feel that you know how to get along well with others. You see what I'm saying?
I've seen relationships like jobs. Like, why would you quit a job before you have another one lined up? Then you're gonna be unemployed. You ain't gonna have no money. I don't know how
people do that.
But like in a relationship, why would I leave one relationship without having another one lined up and ready to go?
Are you serious?
That kind of sounds like cheating.
That's cheating.
Well, no. So hold on.
Yeah, break it down.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
No, I ain't finna break that down. I'm finna ask you a question.
Me?
So both of y'all. So y'all ain't never had it lined up.
No.
You know what? Stop it. Because every woman that
you know.
That you right.
Every woman that is on this earth, most women have more opportunity to get what they want more so than men do.
I mean, introduce you to the first woman that do not.
You just don't know it. You just don't know it. So
that what you say that most women have more opportunity.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. So most women have more opportunity than men. Usually a man has to see if he can get the girl. Most of the time a woman knows who she can get, and it's not as much of a problem. But I've seen it way too many times where, oh, he just my friend. That's my brother. That's my this, that's, and then after you're out of your relationship, bro, all of a sudden becomes bae. So that means you had him lined up. You called him bro, but he been bae all along. Maybe y'all wasn't cheating, but he been bae.
No, that
he was just waiting.
Sound like cheating to me.
Carla, what's your name? What's your comment?
Hi there, this is Louis Brumfield.
Louis, what's up?
How are you, everybody? How are you, Bob? How are you, Benita? How are you, Jess?
How you doing? Thanks for calling in, bro.
You all have an incredibly intelligent show.
Man, appreciate
well, thank you, sir.
It's all Benita.
No. I wanted to tell Benita something specifically. I was trying to explain to her that the baggage comment that I made was that everybody has baggage. It's just different kinds of baggage. You know, some people think they baggage is children, some think it's bills, some people think it's debt or anything like that. But everybody has different kinds, and then when they actually have the baggage, they don't think it's baggage sometimes.
That's true.
And that really it's really interesting to me how sometimes people come in and say, I don't have any children, so I don't have any baggage. You got different kind of baggage. You have your behavior. Or you have, anything else that you do that's on the side, like you might do drugs or something like that, or you smoke cigarettes, or you're an alcoholic, something like that. But you have baggage.
Mm-hmm.
You care to share your
That was
baggage.
all. That was the word.
What's your baggage?
That was all I was saying.
What's your baggage that you got to work on? What's your baggage?
Man, I have a ton of baggage.
We listening.
Name one.
I talk too much and I have too many opinions.
Sagittarius, you said?
That's my baggage. I talk too much and I have too many opinions.
Yeah, he is Sagittarius.
How's that baggage? You talk too much.
Because that would get on someone's nerves that has to sit around you a long period of time.
I've heard that. Yeah, I hear that.
When you commit in a relationship, you mean? Or anybody.
Yes.
People see you as a know-it-all.
Talk about what you're gonna do in life. You gotta talk.
That's different.
Right.
Like,
that's what I say. I agree with you. That's why I like the conversation so much, because Bob was like, he said the same thing. I was like, man, I'm the same way.
Yeah. I talk a hole in your head. I talk a hole in everybody's head. Friends, everybody get it. Everybody get it.
Every time we have a session, we on the phone for 2 hours. Like, Rob, I got to go, man.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, man, you cutting me off, man. What are you doing to me? And I'm sitting there like, I'm just telling you what I think.
I be feeling like you cut me off even if you agree with me out loud. Like, I agree with that. Hey, man, I'm still talking.
I agree with you.
That's funny.
I'm not gonna keep y'all. I don't know how much time y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I just wanted to share that because I thought it'd be funny, number one, and number two, I thought it'd be interesting.
Hey, Lou.
Thanks, Lou, for calling, man.
We love the support, man. We love you being involved. It's more than support. You involved.
Thanks, Lou.
Man, always.
Right,
Y'all look. Y'all one day y'all have me in there.
All right, for sure.
All right,
be blessed, bro.
Yes, sir.
I still don't know what my baggage is. Like,
you'll find out.
Yeah, because
that could be
maybe
it.
I do need to date a little more.
You said you don't be.
I don't date often.
Be disagreeing with somebody telling you what it is. You disagree with them.
I wouldn't say I
disagree.
Didn't I say that I would try to understand?
I know. I'm just saying. But you said
you just want to be like the Sagittarius and just be difficult and be right. Okay.
No, you talking about something like I don't know what my baggage is. All I'm saying is.
I still have time.
You like and soon do like, no, that ain't how you are. You like, that ain't how I am. You don't know me.
That's the baggage.
Now she's talking like I ain't got no baggage. I don't know what my baggage is.
And everybody has baggage, and nobody gets rid of that baggage. If you get rid of this bag, you're gonna pick up another one somewhere. So you just got to be with somebody who accepts it.
That's another question.
It's all about tolerance.
I want to ask y'all this. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, you said it's all about what?
Tolerance.
I was gonna ask y'all is it realistic that we make that comment? That comment is like, I'm the same. I ain't gonna change.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good
It's
thing.
not a good comment, right?
No.
So how do we make adjustments to change in our relationships? How do we make adjustments? How do we what is the mindset? What is the approach toward change when you realize that your change is going to require you to change in order for this relationship to grow?
By listening.
And it's something that you are instinctive about your whole personality, about you. Like, this is me. This is how I am.
But you gotta listen though. If somebody is just like she said, if somebody constantly telling you something over and over again, or if somebody that's close to you is telling you something that you should listen to, it's time for you to listen up.
Right. The concept. Go ahead.
You have to make a decision too. Like, if you don't want to change, then I guess we're going back to the other thing about the confidence / cockiness. If you just don't want to change, then you can continue to have a mess up relationship after mess up relationship after mess up. And I'm not talking strictly about romantic relationships. The root word of relationship is to relate. So we relating to everybody, how you relate on the dude on the street, or how you relate into your boss, or how you relate into your colleagues, everything, right? Your children. So for instance, like one of mine is, I've been told on many occasions that I have a certain tone, and that I think that you nice, or you seem nice, or you come off nice, but it's just your tone. It's just, and I'd be like, what tone?
Is it that tone?
And then I don't think so. I think it's something probably far worse. Like, there was this one time at work, the lady, she comes in and then she say, we're gonna do it like this. And then a few minutes later, she said, we're gonna do it like that. And so then I say, okay, well, which one is it? Is it this or that? And then she said, and then she said, are we clear? I said, no, it's still not clear. Is it this or is it that? And then she said, and then she said, are we clear? I said, no, it's still not clear. Is it this or is it that? Do we have a problem? Now all of a sudden that turned into, do we have a problem? So evidently, however, I say no, it's not clear.
You just stuck to your.
Yeah,
no,
but that's a tone.
You were saying it
so
like
when I shared it with you, the first time I shared it with you, you said, "Oh, you had a liberated question."
Yeah,
in an no. So and so then she accused me of having a tone. I've been in relationships where they accuse me of having a certain tone. I've had girlfriends who be like, well, Benita, you know you got a tone or something like that. Anyway, the point that I'm making is, I would admit, if somebody asked me about baggage, that I might
have a tone.
Yeah, the tone is loaded. That's a loaded tone. Like, I mean, it's a loaded tone. you are like really, literally attempting to grab the attention of this conversation in a certain way, like the way you need it. Like, and they can feel it. They like, okay.
Hey, she won't understand that.
And you know that.
And I know that I can do that. I know that I can change the emotion of the room. I know I had that ability.
No, you?
Yes.
So
like,
you
I know
you can change the emotion of the room.
I can do that.
Okay.
Like I can, and so that if everybody is happy with this, with this boss, like we were in the room and there's maybe about 40 of us, I can set the tone of the room with the tone of my voice.
Okay. Let's talk about sacrifice.
You didn't give me an opportunity.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can you ask me the question again, sir?
Let's talk about sacrifice.
About which
question?
About the are you willing to change?
Oh, he wants to answer that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, go ahead.
I was, if you're not willing to change, it's because you don't deem that person that you're changing for to be important enough. Because whatever you want, you will contort yourself to get that thing done. When you were in love with whoever it is that you were in love with, it was a lot of things you changed for that person. When you didn't like them no more, you went back to doing what you do.
That's not true.
Okay. Say that again. Say the last part again. And then she said, well, one of y'all, hurry up. One of y'all either get in there and tell me why you said that ain't true. Or like,
he said you will contort yourself.
Yes. Just because you change yourself for someone doesn't mean that you're going to revert back to where you came from because you're not with that person anymore. I think that just added a layer to who you are. if that's true change, it's another layer.
Okay, I feel like the goalpost was moved a little bit.
Terrence, you just want to be right. You're right. You win.
Be right.
Okay.
You win.
I already used to guys like you. Like, I already know how to stroke your ass.
Yeah, look, that's what
I don't know how to respond to that because I wasn't talking about that at all.
What are you talking about? So we can make sure we.
I was just saying that when you, for what you like and for who you like, you automatically change. Once you see that option, once you see that person or thing not benefiting you anymore, or you're over it, whatever the case may be, then you revert back. That's all I was saying.
Does that mean that sometimes you can be in a relationship for a long time and stop the change, stop the evolution, revert back?
I think you can, but I think if you love your mate, and I think if you see your mate as irreplaceable, I think if you really do see a life with this person, even though you have kind of gotten into a groove of who you are, if that person then said, hey, babe, this is an issue that I have, if you see that person as valuable, then you'll address it. If you don't, then like I don't agree when people, when they say they don't understand me, I think that's a crock of garbage. I think they don't want to understand you. And I'm not talking about you, so don't be huffing and puffing.
Because
I'm just saying, period. When somebody,
I was selfish because I didn't disagree with people who
Don't
see
understand
me in a different light. So he's just like kind of making my point. But
good point. I'm agreeing with you.
Maybe he had some time to think on it, and instead
that's
of saying
it marinated.
Right, instead of saying, "Well, I agree with Adrian now," instead of saying that,
I'm used to it.
It slipped up. He slipped up. He didn't got his earlier point.
It's okay.
I meant that too. I'm not stuck. You show me where I'm wrong. You right. I was wrong. Let's move on. What you want me to do?
Yeah, you are a beautiful sign. You did. We moved on. You can.
Adrian, Andre Washington says from the question of the day. The question of the day, just in case somebody call in, give us an answer in a call in 708-223-8953. What's the most important question to ask on the first date? Adrian Washington says, "You paying or am I paying?"
On a date, yeah. I think that's one of the last. It should be somewhere in the middle, I guess.
Vicky say,
wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. No self-respecting man is asking that question. Do you expect
serious?
that? What?
Yes, I expect that.
For a man to say, "Are you paying or am I paying?"
No,
what? Yes.
Is that what you're used to?
I carry
right now in the name of Jesus, we ask you to come down, Lord, and just touch the men that have been in this young lady's life. Lord, bring her a better quality of men. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
This is what my dad told me too. Like, when you go on a date, you make sure you bring a little extra money just in case.
In case.
Well, yeah.
You say, you know,
if you're going out with a man that don't just do that, though, you should not go.
I mean, but how do you know until you go?
Well, as soon as he asks you, "Is you paying or am I?" Neither.
That's one of those evaluation moments.
I mean, it happened.
See,
before.
again,
I didn't go.
I thought we were
having that was a comment before you even went on a date.
Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Why would you ask?
I'm sorry, man. It's Lou again. I'm sorry.
Lou, Lou, man.
I said something else. I also said a very important question is, does she have any children? And this is really hypocritical coming from me. That I don't want to date anybody with children because I don't want to involve another man in our relationship.
Oh, wow, that's deep. Lou, you got some.
So you don't want to.
I'm sorry if it's that hypocritical because I do have children.
Yeah.
But if I dated somebody with children, it would be really hard for me now.
Are you willing to have more children?
Very, very much so.
Oh, well then, right on.
I mean, you're right though. I mean, I completely understand what you're saying, but you are being hypocritical. I agree completely.
Yeah, it's very.
But it's all about what he wants.
Out the gate.
It's all about what he wants, so it don't matter what he have. You know, it's what he
wants.
wants.
You know what's funny though, Lou? I'm gonna let you off the hook a little bit.
I do have children.
Because I kind of felt a similar way. It was a few years ago. I was dating this girl and I liked her, and I had my 2 boys, but then she had her 2 kids. They was watching the movie, sitting on the couch, and it just looked like too many kids in my house.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? I just like, man, this ain't gonna work, So I ain't gonna.
It wasn't so much that, it was more like that she has to have a connection with him to be a father.
I get your
And
point.
I just don't want my lady talking to another man.
Wow. At all? So male server. You order for?
There.
Say again.
A male server. You order for?
A male sort of.
If you go out on a date with her and you have a male server.
Oh no!
Do
it's
you
not
order
to that
for her?
capacity. It's not to that capacity.
Oh, okay.
So where's the?
No, it's only to have him into my personal relationship, to where he knows where I live and he can come in and because he has to take care of his children.
Well, he don't have to come in.
You know what though? I can identify. I ain't gonna even lie. I can identify with the feeling that he has, because first of all, when you have all these broken relationships, these broken dysfunctional relationships, it's out of order. He's speaking to me from an out of order perspective as a man. Like, you got to be dealing with some other man coming in over your, because he got kids by your wife.
So
that's not
for a virgin.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, really, that's the way God made it to be. 2 virgins supposed to be married. So we got to come up with this logic after everybody in the world is violating this pure logic that can change the way our emotions are based off the fact that you really want to be with somebody who only see you and you only see them. You only see them, and that can only happen from virginity. That position can only happen.
I understand how everyone has a past, but at the same time, I want to make a choice to the point where our relationship is between us and only us.
That can be understood through communication, though. He don't have to come in your house. He don't have to know about your relationship, And y'all kids can be transferred or transported to a different location if it makes you that uncomfortable. Well, I just don't know how's his dating life now.
I'm just saying, who lose?
Yeah, lose if he trying to find somebody without kids.
No, it goes really well. It's just that it's just something that I learned, through the years.
Not to have a man in your relationship.
Dating people with children and dating people without.
Oh, wow.
It just don't sound like there's a lot of communication, or good communication, should I say.
But I mean, that's a natural good answer though he gave to me. I'm just thinking about it from a standpoint, that's just a natural, pure answer. Some people may say, okay, it sounds insecure. It's like, man, sometimes you don't want to feel like dealing with that. You don't feel like dealing with some other man.
But it don't necessarily have to be negative.
Mm-hmm.
If the communication
I remember what y'all said before too. I think it's very selfish on my part, but I mean, I can own that all the way.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you put it out there, hey, look, I might be wrong on this one, but this is how I feel. That makes it okay. Itself is wrong, flat out wrong.
Yeah.
But when you put it out there as your front foot being forward, then that kind of makes it okay, even though it's still kind of.
But then if you think about it, there's women on earth who have not had children yet, who, believe it or not, are in their 30s and 40s and 50s. Mm-hmm. So he very well could run into somebody who does not have any children and they could live happily ever after.
And accept his
I think he's also probably prepared himself for, if he does not come across anybody who does not have any children, he's like, okay, cool, I'll stay single.
Why are you so smart?
Oh, so you willing to stay single if you don't find a woman without kids?
No, I said, why are you so? No, I mean that as a compliment. Why are you so smart?
No, I was just asking a question.
She asked you a question, Lou. She said, go ahead, ask it again.
I said, so are you willing to stay single if you don't find a woman without kids?
That's the question I've come to now, because it's not a thing that's standing up against me to the point where I just give up. I'm gonna, if she doesn't have kids or she has kids, it's just not gonna happen. It hasn't come to that point.
Yeah, you also could, or maybe make adjustments, like look for women with children who are older, so she doesn't have to even communicate with the father anymore. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. You might not even want to do that.
Lou, let me ask you a question, bro. Is it because of a past experience that happened, or is it because of horror stories that you've heard?
I think it's a mixture of those two plus my upbringing. I came from a 2-parent home, and we, all of us are by the same parents, and it might be that kind of stigma plus those other two things.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't want me to be the ex-baby daddy because I'm coming through still calling her Coco. Come here, Coco. Her name Jennifer, man. Call it. Come here, Coco. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make you confirm what you feel like. I'm gonna confirm it.
You know better than I do, because it's a tough road to go down. When that happens with with children and exes and baby daddies and baby mothers, stuff like that.
It is.
Hey, Lou, thanks for your call, man.
Yes, sir.
And you always ask something, man. Thanks a lot.
I really appreciate him calling back too.
Cause
I think that's so awesome. That's basically him saying, I'm comfortable and confident enough within this show that I'm not going to be embarrassed by calling back a second time. Boom, I'm just going to pick up the phone and call.
He's just like Benita. He don't like me like that. Hey, take it easy, Lou. Love you, Doc.
All right, y'all be good.
Yes. I'm going to read some of these comments. Whew, Rip Moore. Not to ask the wrong question. On the first day, don't ask the wrong question, is what he said. What do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Quentin Brown Sr. What do you see your sex in the where you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Or what are you looking for in a special friend, boyfriend, or a husband? What are you looking for? Is that important to ask? Like, what are you looking for in the next 5 years? Yeah, I think that's important to ask.
Unrealistic. Okay.
You think it's unrealistic?
No, I like
It's
that question.
subjective.
I like it. Well, basically, it lets us know whether or not the person is on, do they have goals? Are they interested in anything? Like, for instance, your response is like, I don't know. Versus your response being, you're like, okay, well, this person has got a plan. Also, it would also let you know whether or not their plans are going to fit in your life. Like, what if where you see yourself 5 years from now? Oh, I'm going to be getting a PhD, but they haven't even applied yet. They're not in school. Mm-hmm. That means that they could be starting a program soon. What if you was thinking about moving?
Right. That's true.
So anyway, that's
real. That's big. Yeah, that's a challenge. I mean, that's one of the challenges. Or
if they say, if they say, I expect to have a 5-year-old by then. Well, who's gonna be your baby daddy?
Yeah, that's really important. I think that's an important question. Do you want kids, or do you have kids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is an important question, though. I mean, that's an important concept, because I was like, I didn't realize travel. My thoughts about traveling, sort of, it's a sacrificial way of thinking that I have to have travel. Even though I still travel to a degree, it's like it's not at the mental speed in which I was. Marriage changed that a lot. You got to sit down somewhere.
Yeah, you do.
Sometimes you got to
sit down. Settle down.
Yeah, settle down. Sacrifice.
Right.
That's kind of the next question I want to ask y'all. Is sacrifice. How do y'all mean sacrifice? What ways? I mean, how do you determine what the sacrifice is and when you should sacrifice, even though you probably compromise 1 or 2 times in a row? You still, because to me, sacrifice ain't sacrifice when you go on tit for tat on a compromise. All right, we did it that way. We didn't know. Sacrifice is when the compromises be back to back sometime. Like, all right, okay, let's do it your way. Let's just do it your way again. Right, let's do it your way again. That's called a sacrifice. Right? That's what a sacrifice is. It ain't
I wanted to ask you, do you feel like a compromise and a sacrifice is the same thing?
It can be, yeah. A compromise and a sacrifice can be the same thing to a degree, because two people merging as individuals, you want to do what you want to do. You like, man, you're looking at the person like, I like you, I'm attracted to you and everything. I like you, but man, I got all these plans. I want to do this, right? So you stop, and because you sacrifice, you compromise it, but the compromise is coming from a sacrificial position, if that makes sense to me. That's where it's coming from for me.
Do you take sacrifice as just a lose-win situation?
I don't know. I'm starting to get confused. I'm about to look the word up myself.
What's that, sacrifice?
Both the words. Yeah. Because at first I was thinking, the reason I asked the question is because I was thinking they're both. They're almost the same thing. But a compromise is supposed to be I think a compromise is supposed to be a win-win.
Like a win-win.
It's mutual.
Right.
Compromise
A
is
win-win.
both sides, and sacrifice means that I'm gonna get
Lose,
it.
win.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Win, lose, win, lose.
Okay.
That's how I see it too.
The question was,
But you
What
so
do you
smart that you
sacrifice?
almost changed my mind.
no, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that. But like what I was saying was, so funny. What I was saying was, you saying call a compromise. Okay, what I'm calling sacrifice, meaning 2 or 3 times in a row, it ain't no compromise. You just go with what they need, because they seem like they really need this more than whatever it is.
Sacrifice.
That's a sacrifice.
Right.
So compromise is really out the door. It's really not a compromise then, based on what you're saying. And I'm saying that sacrifice right there it becomes more important in the relationship, depending on how you use wisdom to use sacrifice. It becomes more important in the relationship than what people will quote unquote say a compromise is.
Okay, check it out.
In my opinion. Right?
Okay.
All right.
All right. I want to add this, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Offering. Fine. The word sacrifice, the word that they use in the dictionary is a offering. Surrender or give up or permit injury or disadvantage to for the sake of something else. So yeah, I think sacrifice is a good word when we're talking about love, relationships, and intimate relationships and marriage, because it's like, even if you do sacrifice it, you're doing it specifically for something.
Right.
So it is kind of like a win-win. And you lose in that moment, but the overall arching thing for the relationship is a win-win. Like you're doing it for the whole of the relationship. Now, I would not agree this is sacrifice. Like, for instance, say your wife is like, I want to go to the movies right now. And you're like, I'm at work right now. And then you say, okay, well, forget it. My wife says she want to go to the movies right now. I have to make this sacrifice for her. I want her to be happy. You leave your job. You be like, your boss is like, if you leave, you're going to lose your job. Forget that. My wife needs this. And you go rushing off to take her to the movies, right? I don't perceive that as a sacrifice. I perceive that as
irresponsible.
Thank you. Whereas something different, like she's like, we're not communicating really well. I need for you to be open and honest about this or that or whatever. I noticed that you're lying, and you're like, you know what? I've had this as a problem in my past, and I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to make some sacrifices. I'm going to work better at communication for the better of our relationship. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You broke it down.
I sure did. I tried to, but I don't know. It might have been a waste of time. I hope not. Maybe the people.
It's never a waste of time.
It's never a waste of time. Okay.
Just somebody. You never know who you're reaching in the corners of these worlds.
I have no idea.
Corner of this world.
Maybe somebody can benefit from that. All right, my people. Sacrifice. Mm-hmm. It's okay to use sacrifice in the words of love. Go on. Do you want to give us some examples of sacrifice? Or you want to move on to the next question?
I didn't really want to know examples of sacrifice. Or just like.
Do we agree with it?
Sometimes like say I'll take for granted that that's a big part of communication. Sometimes you take for granted that everybody's defining the word the same, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So I wasn't thinking about breaking it all the way down like you did, because I thought we understood what sacrifice meant. But I had to stop and wait. And when I was waiting for everybody else to pick up and understand that, I can get caught being sarcastic, because I'm like, oh, you ain't know what sacrifice meant? I thought you was a college professor. I could have responded like that, but then now I'm an a-hole, right? And somebody would call that sarcastic.
When I went to the dictionary and defined it, were you feeling that way before I even opened my mouth?
No, I was feeling like if more people did that right there, what you just did, then this wouldn't be the same type of show we having about baggage.
Do you know how many people out there don't know the real meanings of words, and they're using words they don't know, and they call you something, and like, no, wait a minute, this is what that means. Right. You can't say I'm selfish. Selfish means
right.
So most people, I ain't gonna say most, but some people don't know the meanings of words. So I agree with you that if more people did what she did,
right.
The other thing too is so we can come to agreement at least on the word.
That's right. That's right. Because I want to at least clean that up, because I was I'm being sarcastic again, or being kind of be funny.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that when you, like you're saying, it's such a, it almost seemed adolescent, like an adolescent practice. If you stop and define a word, wait a minute, you're a little confused, and and let's be correct about something. you literally actually corrected me on the way I was using it, because what I said was you pointed it more toward sacrifice than compromise. And so it was like, so basically the example I was using was more of a sacrificial example, but I was using the word compromise, and which really wasn't that.
Well, see, what we found out though after we looked up the words is your original thing of saying compromise and sacrifice are close to the same.
Right.
Remember, the three of us felt like, no, it's not. But then when I looked up the words and broke it down, yes, it is. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you were right, and then you were feeling like, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
But now at least we have some clarity if we were to decide to move on with that word.
That's why I like.
How are you not married? Because you just make everything better. It's sunny outside. I feel like it's 80 degrees and sunny. She just made everything all right. She does that. Like, wow.
Awesome. Benita, I said.
That's how it should be.
What's wrong with this dude? What did the 20-year dude? Where he at? What's wrong with him?
Understanding. I love that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
she
you.
wasn't defining words back then. That's all.
Right, that's my baggage. I know clarity. I'm better at clarity now.
It's from something. Like she looked up words now.
Got it.
This is from all these wounded relationships, all these wounded,
Right, I've been
all these
practicing.
arguments.
There you go.
Practice makes perfect.
What impact does social media have on relationships? I'm talking about, I mean, broader than just sexual relations. I'm talking about relationships.
Oh, communication. You feel like you don't have to keep in touch with anybody, your cousin or whatever. You just saw on Facebook that she's doing okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to call. She all right.
She good.
Yeah. I'm just going to come in and thought about your cousin today. Glad you're doing okay.
I hate it.
Easy.
I hate it sometimes because it's so easily misinterpreted.
Oh, yeah.
It's so easily misinterpreted. Texting. It's so easily misinterpreted. I just.
Or if somebody likes all your pictures, all of a sudden they married to you, type of just the lies.
I never understood.
So what if they like my picture, you know? Or so what if they like put a little hearty face on there or something like that? Or if they put the love thing.
Mean so much now.
To who?
In the dating world. In the dating world, yeah. I heard that the girl, that the emoji with that heart eyes, mean you can get it.
Oh,
I didn't even know it was an emoji with no heart eyes.
Really?
Yeah,
girl, I be sending the heart eyes.
But see, what people got to understand, that there are different tiers of the understandings of emojis. For people above 40, they just whatever that picture look like, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
For people under 30, they saying something malicious. And for right in your age group, I don't know what they're doing,
they just both. Naughty. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's
like there's one where the face is upside down and it says something like "F you," I think, or something.
Is like that. What that
heard about that.
Anyways, the whole face is upside down.
Silly one.
It's literally upside down, like the eyes is down here. But anyway, I've said repeatedly, I need to take an emoji class. I need to do that quick.
One of my buddies
if the heart eyes say that. Oh my goodness!
So many people could have got
it. You've been giving that away?
Only to my man. Only to my man.
Oh, okay. Wait, consciously or unconsciously with the heart?
Unconsciously. I thought I was saying I love you.
Wait a minute. Okay, so that was with the ones with the hearts, right?
Yes.
Hearts for eyes. Hearts for eyes.
Only giving them to your man.
Yeah.
So you
good.
But you was actually conscious that they meant something.
I was,
but I thought it was like I love you, or you look good to me.
You can get it, like you said.
I didn't know
you meant that to him, though, right?
Oh, of course.
See what I'm saying? So did you start sending emojis before or after those double hearts?
Oh, I think that was after.
Okay.
If I go back, I'd have to. But I hate answering questions like that because if we dug through the history, then you might find me lying. No, I'd rather just let me go back plug through the history. I'll let you know next week.
Nah, it's just it just can be easily misinterpreted sometimes. I think Facebook, there's no way, like I know I'm a type of person, like you have to be in person with me and know me to understand what I would say on Facebook. You have to know that Rob is never just going in on Facebook. I'm never going in. I could be deliberate about a point, but I'm never
angry about
it. I'm never angry, but that ain't how my you
have passion behind it.
Yeah, that's not how it reads. It reads like
you scorn.
Like I'm going in. Like, I don't even be like having the energy, man. I might be sitting around the crib, sipping some wine. You're like, oh, look at
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Trying to talk in my humor that I talk in online, and it don't go well sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I had to give myself a break from Facebook with my posts, because they'll read it into somehow that's what I'm going into, or that's what's going on in my life. I'm like, you know what? That's not it. Let me just be quiet for a little while.
Yeah, it's probably the best thing.
Yeah.
Your friend D Bay Moore. Yeah. She said, is that a he or she?
That's a he.
Okay. He was like, Jesus sacrificed himself. I don't see any compromise. He said, just an example.
He said Jesus sacrificed
the compromise
himself.
would be the saving of your sins, right?
Well, because the reason, like when I looked it up, the sacrifice is you're doing it for something better.
So that's what.
So for the reason I said the compromise is because it's like it's the win-win. Is Jesus lost. He had nails through his hands or whatever on the cross, right? So that was a loss for him, but he did it because he knew that it would be an overall win.
A greater one.
I get deeper than that because look, if my daddy is God and I'm Jesus, so I'm God, them nails didn't hurt me. I know I'm going back to paradise. Y'all can just blow my head off if you want to. I'm God.
That's a different subject. But that's a totally different subject.
No, man, that ain't no sacrifice to me.
So he didn't even sacrifice. Is that how you feel?
That's a whole nother.
That's
a
that's
whole
what
nother.
it really literally is. Because I mean, I got a lot on that too, but I don't think.
Can I just go in a little? Like if you my daddy and you rich, but I gotta live in a cardboard box for a week. I know I'm going back to richness, so I can endure this cardboard box because I know where I'm going back. So I don't see it as a
pain of going
not
living
the same
in the
level of pain. No, it's not.
Like it's still discomfort.
Yes, I totally
when
get
you
you
got
there.
power to know, he said that, and I'm getting all deep, but I could send a legion of angels right now to take me over here and kill her. When you know you got that kind of power, like mere mortals, go ahead and do what y'all doing, because I'm good. No.
I gotta read this. Sorry. This is from my daughter-in-law, man. I like this. Let me get it up here. Hold
on. Which one?
Okay. Ashley.
Oh, okay. Ashley said, I feel like everyone brings emotional baggage to a relationship, whether it's past relationships with a partner, friends, or family. That one?
Agree. I totally agree. I think we can't help our exposure. That's one thing we cannot help. Our exposure. I couldn't help what my daddy was or what my older sister was or my uncle was on drugs or whatever. I can't help that. But so we from that, it does create some instinctive responses, which is baggage, can be baggage depending on what our instinctive response.
Get hurt. Pick up
the other thing too is here's something else that could be perceived as baggage. What you have overcome in your past, but your significant other or your new person in your life or somebody you might want to date, they haven't got a chance to overcome what you've overcome. So like it could be something, just something simple, like you might have people called you pissy boy when you was growing up because you peed on yourself all the time. But you know what? You know that you're not the pissy boy. You make sure you smell good all the time. It's not an issue anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then but then you with your new boo.
You peed on yourself.
And you you with your new you're so funny. Seriously, you with your new boo and some of your old friends come around, they'd be like, what up, pissy boy? And the girl be like, pissy boy, I don't want to be dating a pissy boy.
Right.
Anyway.
I got that friend. Like, damn. No, I'm saying, like, I'm with that friend.
Right.
K Nathaniel, plug yourself, man.
K Nathaniel, I am on Facebook, Kevin Nathaniel Thomas. I'm on Instagram at KNate1974. That's me.
So if you want to get one from meet the hair doctor and get the hookup, you know what I'm saying? That's how to get in contact with.
Absolutely.
Miss Adrian's perspective.
Yeah.
Miss Adrian, go ahead, plug yourself.
I'm on Facebook, Adrian Perspective. I'm on Instagram, Adrian Dia. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Anyway, man, I really appreciate y'all coming out here navigating this relationship conversation. The 2 hours went faster than I thought.
It
It
did.
did. Y'all was rolling, man. Y'all.
I was looking for an opportunity to bring us back together because we kind of put a little wedge between us.
Oh yeah,
Disagreeing with everything.
Yeah, he wanted to. Really,
I was. Yeah. She rubbed your back when she said
she did. So, okay, but the people didn't hear that. So I just want the people to know we good.
My girl Benita, what's up?
Hey, thanks for listening, checking us out on IntellectualRadio.com. And we'll be here next week with some more good information.
Check us out on Facebook on Chi-Rize, like our page. It's the share page, man. Share the love. Maybe if you don't get something out of it, maybe somebody else will get something out of it. If you got an idea about a show, make sure you call Intellectual Radio. It's 708-223-8953. Plug yourself in and don't rob us of your platform. Deuces.